like to welcome Annie to the Sui-Ling show.
Hi, Sui-Ling. Thank you so much for having me.
Right, I've got a couple of questions for you, Annie.
Yes.
So tell me what you do at McIntyre.
So I am project lead in communications, and what I'm here to do is I want to create some great film video content of what happens behind the scenes at McIntyre, all the great people that do events and activities at McIntyre, and kind of represent a really fresh view of social care and what that means to the people who work for McIntyre.
Annie, what projects have you worked on so far?
So at the moment, I'm working on a project called The People Who Make Us McIntyre, and it's episodes of certain people or projects that are happening around McIntyre. So I recently went up to Warrington and filmed their garden project, which was absolutely fantastic, and all the people that are making that flourish, and all the flowers and planting trees and apple trees, so capturing all of the great things that are happening and making sure that goes on social media. So that's one of the things. We've also got a new community connector program happening across McIntyre, so I'm helping to promote that, and lots of things going on, but more films and more representation.
We made a film.
We did, didn't we?
We did.
Yes, the Sui-Ling show special.
Yes,
which is definitely one to watch out for. So watch that if you're listening.
What is the best part of your job?
I love the creativity side of my job, and I love being able to hear what people would like and then being able to make that happen. Gives me a really good sense of fulfillment, and making ideas come alive. I think that for me gives me a lot of excitement, and
Right. How did you get into filmmaking?
So I started my media career. So I did a degree in a media cultural studies degree. So I learned some editing skills and did some filming then. But then I actually ended up working for the Open University, where I was a communications officer, and I did some videos for them as part of trying to raise their profile for people, for students from disadvantaged backgrounds. And then I was really wanted to break into the TV industry, because I didn't have any connections. I didn't have kind of a wealthy family to fall back on, which is the kind of type of people you get in the media industry. So I networked loads, met loads of different people, and managed to find myself a job on The Circle, which is a TV show for Channel 4. And then I just used my gift of the gab and slowly worked my way up in TV to a production coordinator. So that is where you kind of oversee the logistics of the TV show, make sure everyone is running on schedule, talking to lots of different people. But then I wanted to get back more into the technical side of things, really the creative side, making the videos. And with my projects outside of my main job, I ended up finding this amazing job for McIntyre, where I can make content myself.
I didn't know you were on that Circle program. Were you actually in that what do you call it, in the studio bit?
Yeah, so was on the studio, met all the contestants.
Wow.
It was a really fun couple of years, and it's all based in Manchester. But the funny thing is that they have Brazilian, French and US versions of the show, and they'll fly them over. So they make it look like the show's being filmed in Brazil, but it's actually in Salford. So it's the contestants coming over were, I think, probably a bit disappointed.
I see. Right. Okay. Right. Next question, Annie. As a filmmaker, what are your favourite films?
I absolutely love films. I used to be a really big film snob, and I've chilled out a bit nowadays. But I'd say if I had to say what my favorite films were, it'd probably be, my favorite director is Quentin Tarantino, so Kill Bill, Volume 2. And I love Train Spotting. Danny Boyle is another favorite director. And a bit of a wild card, I love the film Billy Elliot. I feel like it's underrated.
Oh, I do love that one, Billy Elliot. I like that. Yeah. What do you do to relax?
You know what? I love just watching TV or watching films. That's something I love to do. But my favorite thing, I think, is to go on a nice walk on my own. Either we're listening to music and just having that peaceful, walking through nature. Yeah, I love it. After work, fave thing to do.
Right, next question. What would you do if you won the lottery?
This is a tricky one. I would say, first of all, I'd love a beautiful holiday to like Barbados, taking the family to Barbados or something like that, a luxury holiday.
Nice.
Or depending on the lottery fund, I would probably buy a house, because nowadays us young'uns, it's difficult to get on that housing ladders. So yeah.
Thank you, Annie, for coming on Sui-Ling's chat show.
Thank you.